And here I am back after a long while. Doesn't matter anyway, me going and coming back. That is basically what we know in this world. We assume that the world is always paying attention to us, but sometimes it is not true. The world is very busy paying attention to other things. So please, I'm back. If all goes well, I will make sure this continues coming at least once a week. And then with time we progress to have it on YouTube twice a week, then on TikTok daily. As you pray for me, I will also pray that it really happens as I'm planning. Now, today's issue is quite common, whereby we don't know the difference between it. I don't know if you know the difference. You could probably write it down there. What is the difference between a problem and a reality? I discovered of recent that a problem is every angle you're looking at it from, it looks as if there is no more option. Then that becomes a reality. Common realities of life, in the standards that need it to be the way you've changed it, it goes back to the normal. They find their height is still the same. I don't think there's much solution to that problem at that age. It becomes a reality. A problem, according to my research, always has a solution, but most of them have. Today's discussion is about if there's something you've discovered that it is a reality of life, is there any way you can still deal with it? Most people will tell you there's no any other way. It is just to accept. I'm also going to come. My teacher used to tell me, it is something I cannot change. Life all of a sudden becomes better because you stop wasting energy. You cannot keep on wasting energy on something you know will not change. The best idea would be to accept it anyway, because it is not going anywhere. It has come to stay. Most realities, the best way you have to do or deal with is just to accept. Talking about realities and problems, have you ever been in a situation where you get really stuck and you feel as if there's no problem, but this thing is not a permanent thing. It is just something that comes up and you find you're stuck. In most cases, we all face this, but the people who easily get out of it are people who have friends. I know people who are watching, you have friends that are close to you. These friends can easily help you when you're stuck. There's a book I want to share with you, which I read, titled How to Win Friends and Influence People. The writer there talks about making friends and how to keep friends, how to keep people attached to you. If you have problems and you have friends who are capable, in most cases, these problems don't last. But you have problems and your friends are not capable, or you have few friends, these problems really squeeze you down. So how do you win friends? How do you influence people? This video will be cut into parts, I am sure, because the whole book is a big book. It took me a period of 1 week to read it, where I was sitting daily to read it for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours. And it took me a total of 1 week, meaning it is a big book. I cannot summarize it in one go. This person writes in his book, and his principle number 1 in the first introduction is that for you to win a person, you don't have to criticize. The person explains ego, how everyone in this world wants to feel important. Now, as a person who has some few friends around you, if you're the first person to criticize for every mistake they do, they feel small and in most cases leave to look for friends who will not criticize them. People make mistakes. Should we just look at the mistakes? No. You can correct the mistakes without criticizing, just without listening to the other person's version. Know that everyone in this world is an egoistic being. They have this ego. They want to feel big. They want to feel respected. More prominent with even men. Men have this very huge ego and they hate it to be shattered. If you have a friend who is a man, respect him, show that he is of a high value, they will always be close to you. The moment you start open criticism, they will in most cases run away because they hate to feel small. As you bring a correction, do it in a way that doesn't look as if this person is the worst in this world. Bring it in a way that is still good. They feel the value. They feel that they're important people. Don't just do it in a way that, don't show that they are small. Now, worst case scenario happens in women, because women, our friendship group is not about age. You may find I am a young person, but my friend is someone way older than me. You are in such a category of friendship. It is even worse if you criticize a person older than you. In most cases, they feel very bad and leave silently. You later ask for help, they will deny you the help because they felt disobeyed, they felt small. Yes, as you criticize, first of all, nobody in this world is worst in every angle. Even the worst person has something good in them. Someone told me even a mad person can still be used as a bad example. There's a good part of everyone. Please, don't just point out the bad in your friend. Make sure you also tell them the good they have done. Appreciate the little good that they do. The problem with us nowadays, we are quick to judge, we are quick to pinpoint the wrong they do. And that makes us to lose our friends. I wish you remember this. Principle 1, don't criticize people. People are egoistic. Bring out the good in them, then you point out the wrong. It will look balanced. But if you always lean to the negative, this person will feel very bad, and in most cases, they will not like you in return. So you find your problems come, they squeeze you properly, narrow you down until you cannot escape. But if you're a person who doesn't criticize, there's a high chance your friends will be many. And with these many friends, your problem is shared. A shared problem is half solved. And that is principle 1. Principle number 2 is give a honest appreciation. Give a very honest appreciation. We have this challenge in this generation of ours where people don't give sincere appreciation. People are full of pretense. You must have experienced this in life, I'm sure, where someone pretends to be good only when they need benefits from you. People in higher authorities, according to the books I read, don't like people who pretend with appreciation. But check in your society, whenever there's a big person who comes to visit, all leaders in the community come to give appreciation. Oh, thank you for coming. You are the best, blah, blah, blah. All these words come because these people are not very sincere. Being sincere goes beyond appreciating. It goes into noticing things that people don't notice. There are things that your friends do. There are some things they have which very few people notice. To be sincere means you have noticed them and you will actually give a correction. Give genuine smiles with your friends. Have some genuine relationships, not these fake ones. Most of the relationships of nowadays are fake. People have just benefits they are targeting, and beyond that, they don't want to be sincere. I remember a lady who came up and gave a story that she was looking for a partner that could date her seriously. She was a lady who was really hot, a 10 out of 10 in current situation definition. She had all the shape, good looks, and everything. So how did she target people? She would take people to a restaurant, the men who were interested in her, and she would talk to a waitress that they agree that whenever she comes to deliver food, she would insult her just to check how sincere these men would be. And this lady comes with every man, insults the waitress, and the waitress goes while in a very bad mood, and these men who were seated with her would not say anything. They would pretend as if they never saw what this lady has just done. Why were they not pointing out the wrong this lady did? Because their interest was not into her, they were just interested in probably sleeping with her. A sincere friend will notice the wrongs you do. A sincere friend will notice things that people do not notice. This lady says she goes over 20 dates and only one person out of the 20 men she has gone out with openly corrects her and says, what you have done is not human. Imagine you were the one being insulted like you've insulted this waitress. And indeed, that is the person they later went on to be in a relationship with. True friendship goes beyond pretense. It goes into being sincere. It goes into appreciation. How I wish you start appreciating your friends. sincerely, not the pretense format. Point out the wrong they do. Nobody is perfect anyway. If they do something and you feel it is not right, let them know. And by doing this, you're making your friends know that you truly care for them. By truly caring for them, they will also be there for you in times of difficulties. They will not only be there in pretense moments, they will not only be there in good times. When difficulties come, problems come, your friends will be the ones who will come in and help you because you are a sincere person. Just a recap, principle 1 is about not criticizing people openly, identifying the little good they have and doing it. Principle 2 is about being sincere, giving appreciation, noticing the little things that people do not notice. How I wish this helps someone who has seen it. We shall continue with this series. We are going to summarize the whole of this book. This has been the first one, just a welcome, series. We are going to continue and explain this book until the very end. Consider subscribing, liking, following, sharing with others. Let us grow together. I'm sure very many people out there may need such messages, and you're doing them well by sharing. Together, I believe we can grow. Thank you for staying to the end. May the good Lord bless you. Please come back for the next part where we shall explain more factors. Thank you very much.